Good morning for WGRV. This is Reed Seals, and I'm here with Greene County Mayor Kevin Morrison for our monthly interview. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Reed.
First question, can you talk about the plans for the dog park at Kinser Park and the history behind it?
Yes, I was contacted several weeks ago from a member representing the Boyd Foundation about a grant for Dog Park Dash. And essentially, my predecessor had applied for this grant last year, and it wasn't awarded to Greene County. The plans called for essentially a square acre to be set aside and fenced out at Kinser Park for the exclusive use as a dog park, utilizing funds through that grant to develop the park. We've reapplied, or we will reapply after approval from the county commission. It's slated to be 209 feet by 209 feet, essentially a square acre, divided two-thirds for large dogs, have a fence down the middle, at least at the two-third mark, and one-third for small dogs. It'll have a number of obstacles and recreation equipment for dog exercise, and then there will be signage posted for liability and risk mitigation for the county. But we think that that's something that will make a great addition to Kinser Park for the residents there at the park, as well as the residents of Greene County. So I know the city of Greenville has also applied for something like that, but that would be paid for exclusively by grant money. The county commission could have rejected that, but those grants just go to whoever accepts them. So, and we look to be successful this year in that endeavor.
Now, there was a lot of discussion at the meeting on Monday about the Second Amendment Sanctuary County resolution that will be presented next month. What is the deal with that? Can you explain that?
Well, with the changes that we see going on across the country, not particularly in our state so much, but in other areas of the country, as far as limiting our Second Amendment rights to bear arms, to keep arms, we see a number of these red flag laws that have popped up across the country to limit access, to take away due process for having firearms, owning firearms. And Blount County was contacted by members of the county commission who actually passed this sanctuary gun law, or sanctuary gun resolution, to essentially send a message to Nashville and our legislators there that we support gun ownership, we support the Second Amendment exclusively. And some members of the county commission have drawn up a resolution that will be introduced next month to make Greene County, or at least get Greene County to support or be a sanctuary gun community. I think the majority of the members, I don't want to speak for the county commission. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a law-abiding, gun-carrying, gun-owning citizen, and as long as I sit as the mayor, we're not going to have any restrictions on Second Amendment rights here in Greene County. So.
And can you talk about the employee sick donation policy and the employee incentive program that were voted on at the meeting on Monday?
We've been developing, Reed, a uniform personnel policy. It'll be the first time in Greene County history that we've been able to, if we're successful in this endeavor, to bring all of the departments, all of the department heads underneath one uniform personnel policy. Several of my predecessors have tried it, and it just hasn't gotten done up until now. What makes it difficult to operate as a county, as a government, we have independently elected office holders and department heads that can essentially, by law, develop their own policies, run their office the way they see fit with regard to employees reporting to work at specific times, bereavement time off, different incentives for sickness, vacation, those types of things. And what we've done through the Personnel Policy Committee, and I commend the members of that committee and all of the other employees that we have involved, HR, legal, to develop a uniform policy to make it to where that all of our employees, regardless of whether they report to the sheriff or the circuit court clerk or the county mayor or whatever department it might be, are treated the same. They have the same incentives, same perks, same benefits, and they're held to the same standard across the board. So we hope to do that. The other employee appreciation or employee incentive program is essentially a program that allows the department heads and elected officials to recognize or at least submit for recognition for employees that sort of go above and beyond their call of duty. I can name you a couple of instances here over the course of the last 8 or 9 months that I've been here, where we had, for instance, someone that a law enforcement official that saved a life that was an opiate overdose. Those are the types of examples that I think that we need to recognize those employees who go above and beyond to answer the call of the service of the public, and that's what that is essentially. Nothing real over the top with regard to extravagance in terms of what they might get, other than somewhat of an attaboy and a certificate type thing and public recognition, which I feel that they deserve. The other thing is a sick bank. Each employee, obviously, just like in the private sector, has so many days of vacation. They have so many sick days. And in some instances, when those sick days have been depleted, that employee's job becomes in jeopardy. They have friends, for instance, that work colleagues, if you will, that work alongside them that would gladly volunteer their days to this person. I know that we had an employee that was somewhat seriously injured recently, that has almost or running up against the clock as far as the number of days that they have available to them, that I was approached about. I would gladly give this employee additional days that I have available if that policy were in place. So that policy was approved by the commission, and so we look forward to implementing that and having a way, for instance, for employees to be able to help out their colleagues in their time of need.
Can you explain the changes that are coming for the GPS monitoring devices for inmates?
Yeah, about 30, 60 days ago, we were notified by the state. The state has a program that they run through Tennessee Recovery and Monitoring Associates that essentially places ankle monitors on mostly misdemeanor offenders. And they do it for drugs and alcohol, the blow-and-go monitors that you see mounted in cars for DUI offenders, as well as drug cases, for instance, drug monitoring. The state, up until this point, has been paying for that service for those indigent clients, if you will, as cases of the court. Here in Greene County, we have somewhere between about 30 and 40 of those cases. The state has notified us that as of June 30th, they will only pay for 50% of those cases. If we want to pay for the other 50%, then the program will continue just like it has. As of June 30th, if we do not elect to pay for 50% of the cost, then we opt out completely and have to pay 100% of the cost if we continue with the program. Or if we choose not to continue with the program and have some type of monitoring service, then those misdemeanor cases may be referred back to jail or the workhouse if they're unable to make their bond, for instance. That has the potential, at least here in Greene County, given the fact that we run very close to the line with regard to jail and workhouse overcrowding. So just that small number could potentially push us over the limit and put us in jeopardy of not having our jail certified and being chastised by the state, and then having to build some type of facility to house these inmates. So it's a decent program to monitor sort of low level misdemeanor offenders without putting our jail system in an overcrowded space. So that's the deal with that. So we'll have that on the agenda in June as well, as to whether Greene County wants to continue to participate in that program or not. We've been asked, or at least advised, that it's likely that we should set aside somewhere in the neighborhood of $40,000 to $60,000 for our portion of this. It's $200 per month per device. So you're looking at, if they have an alcohol monitor on their car, if they had a drug patch monitor on their person, or an ankle bracelet on, that's $200 for each one. The state would be looking at paying 50% of that cost. So stay tuned.
Now here's a chance for you to do a little promotion. Talk about the firing range and where it is at right now.
The Greene County Range and Firearm Sports Complex is at 1435 Hal Hennard Road, in the position where the old Greene County Range used to be. It's greatly enhanced through the secure and administration of a Tennessee Wildlife Resources grant of about a $1.3 million. That facility has been under construction now for about a year and a half to 2 years. And we're going to have the grand opening of that tremendous facility on Wednesday, May the 29th at high noon. We will have some officials and a short official ceremony to open and dedicate the range. Terry Cannon, the previous police chief of Greenville, is our range master. We have another 3 employees there. We will be open 22 hours a week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The hours for the range for the public will be 12 to 5. And then on Saturday, at least initially, we'll be open 10 to 5. We hope to expand those hours. There's very few things that we in Greene County, the Greene County citizens, the leadership, can get excited about, that we actually have something that no one else in this region or area has. And that range complex is one of those things. We anticipate that this will be a wonderful facility for hunter education, gun safety education, competitions for maybe junior college, collegiate shooting sports, that type of thing, as well as a law enforcement training facility as it continues in that role, and a place where gun enthusiasts, Second Amendment supporters can come and see and shoot, target practice, pistol, rifle, shotgun, you name it, trap and skeet. We hope to expand the facility based on what the public does, to maybe some type of cowboy town type thing, and other things. So sporting clays and those types of things. So it's just a tremendous facility, something that the community can get behind and get excited about. And again, it's a place where the Second Amendment is going to be very active there. So we're proud of it.
That was Greene County Mayor Kevin Morrison, and I want to thank him for joining us this morning. This is Reed Seals for AM 1340 and 99.5 FM WGRV.